Good to see you, District 46. I'm Seth. I'm from way down south in District 31. I'm from District 46 and way down south near New York City, a little above in Pleasantville, so you might detect a little southern drawl, but that's all right. It goes away real fast, so that's cool. Hey, can I tell you a little bit about what I was thinking about? I was taking a long ride up I-84 this morning. I was thinking about that everybody wants everything now.
On demand.
It's a now society. And let me give you an example. For example, I wanted to listen to my favorite song 20 years ago or so, classic rock. So I go to Spotify, I put in a few clicks, and I'm listening to my favorite song, and I can listen to every single song that humans ever recorded, right? On Spotify. Another example. What if you wanted some, let's say, custom design boots? You go to Amazon, you click on a few clicks, you can have a drone drop your boots onto your doorstep. If you order by 3 o'clock, you can have it by 6 o'clock. Is that right? I mean, that might be a little exaggeration, but everyone wants everything now, and society caters to it. Whatever happened to patience is a virtue? I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Seth, that's so 20th century, dude. Well, I know it is, but let me try something on you. What I want now, I want to be a famous public speaker. Now, famous public speaker? No, didn't work. It didn't work. But what if I told you there's a switch? What if I told you I found a switch 11 years ago? It's not this actual switch. It's a switch. That would hurt. I found an internal switch. No, seriously. I found an internal switch in my head that's helped me become a better public speaker. And all I do is click it. If I hadn't found this switch 11 years ago, I probably would have gotten my CC. I most likely wouldn't have gotten my DTM. I wouldn't have been a club president. I wouldn't have been a division director. I certainly wouldn't have been a conference chair at my leadership conference in January. I would not have written 2 books. And the most important thing is I would not be here with you today. I would not be here with you today. So today, I'm going to share with you why you need to find this switch, how to find this switch, and we're going to experience this switch together. All right? Is everyone on board? Anyone think I'm a wackadoodle? You just go. Close your eyes. Just do it. No? Okay, thanks. Thanks for staying. Oh, I hit this slide. So there I am. Masters. I was a retail designer, architect. I'm a project manager at Army Corps of Engineers in New York City. I wrote 2 books. I tried to be an entrepreneur. It's a classic overachiever slide, so I'm just going to skip it. But the main thing is that I have a Bachelor of Mechanical Engineering, Master of Industrial Design, and a Project Management professional certification. So my point is that I'm just telling you stuff from my life. I'm just telling you about creativity, I'm telling you about project management, I'm telling you about the road to success. Those 2 things will make you a better better speaker.
So was that your past tense or present tense?
What's that?
That's your past tense or present tense? Now you're still in the...
I'm still in the Army Corps of Engineers.
Okay.
So workshop agenda, basically, we're going to talk about what is the road to success. Public speaking in quotation, because this is about being successful at anything you want. We're going to talk about why creativity is the foundation to success. We're going to talk about how to connect with your inner creative warrior, and we're going to experience your inner creative warrior in the next hour, or next 43 minutes, 39 minutes. Okay, so it all starts with being a kid, right? When I was a kid, I had a best friend who we would play a game. We would call it the devil dog from hell. We would imagine that a dog was chasing us from hell. And there was a real dog there. It was just a little puppy. But we imagined it was from hell. So we called it the devil dog from hell. And we had so much fun. It's just so much fun to imagine, to use your imagination, to be lighthearted, it was just so much fun as a kid. And I can tell you that the things you learn as a kid, the things you experience as a kid, you need to get back now to become successful as a he'd say project manager, but as a public speaker. Because I'm going to speak to a group of project managers in a few months, so my head is a little messed up. But the first thing we want to do is just quickly ask 2 or 3 people to tell us in a few words, what was your favorite part about being a kid? What was your favorite part about being a kid? Just raise your hand, just scream out a word or two, an experience, not a story, but a word or two. Anyone want to share?
Riding my bike and working on my bike.
All right, I agree.
Being silly.
Yes, silly, that's a fantastic one. Anyone?
Not having to make so many decisions.
Right.
That's what I love.
Exactly. So it's all about being lighthearted. It's serious fun. If you can tap into what you felt as a kid, you can become a better public speaker. It's true. I'm going to tell you how. Ooh, ouch. So this is good for all your left-brain folks, right? This is all about. This is my book in one slide. So let's just go quickly over this because it's just a mess. It's just too much to focus on. But what the point is that we're going to focus on divergent thinking today. We're just going to focus about the creativity aspect. It's stage 1. Thank you. Stage 1 in the roadmap to success. Divergent, your creative warrior expresses itself in many ways. Muse, judge, project manager, navigator, coach, and we're going to talk about Muse today. It's all about fun, it's all about having fun, it's all about ideas, it's all about capturing many ideas. All right? What exactly is a creative warrior? Well, there he is. There's a creative warrior. He's kind of a gremlin. You don't want this guy. This is who. Does anyone know what this gremlin is? What IC stands for? It stands for your inner critic, right? Your inner critic is your negative voice in your head. Just get rid of him. He's always saying you can't do it. Inner creative warrior saying you can and you will. So creative warrior, internal source, tremendous creative power. Inner guide who knows that creativity is the foundation of success. And it's your positive inner voice. It's your cheerleader. And that's what we're going to tap into today. We're going to tap into your internal creative warrior. We're going to click on the switch. All right, so my first encounter with my creative warrior happened 11 years ago. You don't want your audience to look like this. 11 years ago, I was an architect for a company called Trans Systems. I worked in Norwalk, Connecticut, and their headquarters was in Kansas City. They summoned me to Kansas City. They said, Seth, I want you to talk to some top-level folks about the project you're working on. You have to come. I'm like, I don't want to come. You have to come. So I went to Kansas City. I got the worst, like 20 minutes before coming up, I got the worst case of butterflies. I never spoke to anyone before. I started coughing and coughing and coughing, and I couldn't stop coughing. I ran into the bathroom. This is a true story. I ran into the bathroom, and I could not stop coughing. And the choice was either to run out of the building and probably get fired, or stay there, find a way to get up and go back into the base. 15 minutes, 10 minutes. What am I going to do? Then I heard the cute little gremlin, my inner creative warrior, first time 11 years ago. And what he said was this to me. He said, Steph, you got to trust yourself. You can't try for perfection, only try to do your best. That's what he said. That's what my creative warrior said. And I went up there, and I finished my presentation, and it was fine. And then I ran out and found Toastmasters. This was before pre-Toastmasters. So the 4 rules to success. Understand that you, and only you, define success. That's a key takeaway. It's what you care about. You don't live your life for someone else. It's what you have to find what's meaningful to you. You got to find the fire in your belly to motivate you for success. That's passion. And of course, never, ever, ever give up. Chasing your success, that's perseverance. That's Winston Churchill. Never, ever, ever give up. Always remember that creativity is the foundation for success. And I'm going to tell you why. It's kind of like putting on some water in your shower, right? You put it on, it's cold. You have to wait a little before it warms up. That's like creativity. You got to wait a little bit before the good ideas come. You can't just stop with one idea. You can't make a decision with one idea. The first idea is never your best, right? Your first idea is never your best. So you need a lot of ideas. Life is about decision making. If you only have one idea, it's not going to cut it. And this is my problem. I always try to defend my one idea. I put a lot of energy into defending the idea that wasn't even my best idea. So there's a difference between left brain and right brain. This is what I found out. This is the switch. This slide is the switch, all right? You see, right brain, left brain? This is the key to becoming better at using. We go through life dealing with, working with our left brains, right? Analytical, numbers, logical. It's not often that we deal with our right brain during the day. You know, work is always say, let's analyze things. Let's prepare for things. Let's do critical thinking. Let's be an outliner and an editor. We prepare it with our left brains. But the right brain is there. You have to use your right brain. In order to be successful, you have to use both brains. It's not as if you use one brain or the other. You gotta learn to use both brains. And right brain is all about being in the moment, performing, improv. It's a lot about what we do in Toastmasters, right? When we get up on stage, we're using, if we can use our right brain, it becomes much, much easier and much more fun. And hopefully I'm using my right brain now. I'm kind of having fun. Yesterday I had a lot more fun, but today I'm having fun too. But if you can get into the right brain, that's the key to it all. That's the key to it all. And it is just a switch. It is just a switch going from left brain to right brain. Another influence is, anyone ever hear this book? Edward de Bono, Six Thinking Hats, came out in 1995. Anyone? This is a key book about how left brain, he has two hats, the red hat and the green hat. Well, that's the right brain. The left brain, he has four hats, the white, the black, the yellow, and the blue. Basically what he's saying is that first you need to use your green hat. First you need to put your green hat on. The green hat is the hat of creativity. You need ideas first. Before you use your yellow hat and your black hat, which is the pros and cons of working with a idea, you need to have ideas. You need to have more than one idea to come up with the best idea. So first, he says, you need to use your green hat first. Then after you have a lot of ideas, you use your yellow and your black to decide which idea is the best. You're using your red hat, that's intuition. You always need your intuition. You always need facts and figures as your white hat. And the blue hat is kind of your project management hat, where it tells you which hat to put on when. Okay? So let's think about, which hat do you use most often during the day? Let's say, if anyone wants to just yell, what hat do you use most often? You have the red hat of intuition, the blue hat of project management, the white hat of facts and figures, the black of pros and cons and yellow, and the green hat is creativity. So which hat do you feel like you're using most?
Green.
Are you using green?
Yep.
All right. Is that all like throughout the day or?
All the time.
Oh, nice. Anyone else?
I think I use a red hat sometimes. Intuition,
Yeah,
right?
intuition. Yeah, I use that a lot. Anyone else?
White.
White, facts and figure. When do you use that? Full time, right? Yeah. Anyone else?
Project management,
Project management's the blue hat, the process hat.
I think so.
Do you use that one?
Yeah, is that like kind of planning out like?
Yeah. It's planning out. It's working the plan. You're planning the work and then you're working the plan, right? And I'm a project manager, Army Corps of Engineers, so I'm always using my blue hat. But then I realized I really need to use my green hat before I use my blue hat. I really needed to understand what the options are. I needed to really understand what the alternatives are. And that changed everything for me. All right.